Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Wildflower Will's weekly knitting podcast. It's Monday. It has been a great Monday. I hope everybody's had a great Monday to start off their week. So, Mondays around here is always voting day. You can go all the places. You can go here on YouTube and vote. You can vote on Wildflower Will's Facebook page. Wildflower Will over on Instagram in the grid post in stories. You can vote Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon. That might be all the places. I don't know. It seems all the places you can find polls and places to comment your vote. And this week you were voting for which yarn I am going to cast on. Sorry. There. I'll show them both to you. It was local yarn shop day on Saturday. So I did a little bit of shopping all weekend at 3 different spots, none of which are actually my own personal yarn shop, but I was away for the weekend. So I just visited a few shops as I was traveling. So we will talk about the voting. We will talk about which skein I am casting on. I have a bunch of yarn to show you, and I have a few projects that I worked on this past week that I will give you some updates on. Okay, I have a tickle in my throat. I like trying not to cough here. Maybe I'll just cough and get it over with. All right. Hi, Alice. Hi, Liz, Nikki, Pravina. Hello, Jen. Okay, so let's talk voting. Both of these yarns I picked up actually Thursday. I had a little bit of an extended weekend, and oh gosh, I'm trying to show you these and they're all backwards to me. There we go. So both of these skeins came from the Itty Bitty Yarn Co. in Mitchell, Ontario. Look her up. I'm sure she has online shopping. Excuse me. Lovely, lovely lady. Karen is the shop owner's name. I always have such a lovely visit every time I go in there. Her yarn is beautiful. She has moved from the last time I was in. She was in her shop was in the cutest, tiniest little storefront in Mitchell. And she has moved across the street and she has a beautiful open space. So she's been able to stock more yarn and has a nice sitting area, I'm sure for like knit nights and that kind of thing. So if you happen to be local to Mitchell, Mitchell's a very small town, so somewhere around Stratford, between London and Stratford, check her out. She's got trunk shows going on. Cheryl is going to be there doing a trunk show long weekend in May. She was telling me all the fun things that they were doing. They have a day planned with lunches out and touring local lavender shops and alpaca farm and all kinds of fun things. So, anyways, if you're local, check her out. You will not be sorry. So, both of these yarns came from there. And I just walked in, I did a quick little walk around. I didn't have a whole lot of time to shop, but there's so much pretty yarn, you do not need a whole lot of time. So I just did a look around, needles, some books, some yarns, and I came back to the sock yarn. And I just kind of looked at the sock yarn wall, and this was the first skein that caught my eye. And this is from a dyer in Alberta, the Yarn Habit. I have never heard of them before, and I don't think I've ever seen their yarn before at all. So this was nice to find something new to me. I love it. So the Yarn Habit. Hi, Carol. And so let's see. So this is a fingering 80/20. This one here is superwash. The now not quite as much yardage. 388 meters, 425 yards, 113 grams. Colorway is Saskatoon Pie. It does kind of look like a raspberry color. Really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. And this one here, so this was the first one. And so I thought, yep, this one would definitely be a contender. And then, scanned, and then I fell in love with this one. And I just love the orange. And lately, you guys know I've been obviously going more towards pinks. And when pink is mixed with yellow or it's mixed with orange, I absolutely love it. So here we are, orange and pink. This colorway is called Bloom. And it is also a Canadian dyer that I had never heard of before, Riverside Studio, and they are in Wakefield, Quebec. This colorway, did I say, is Bloom. Bloom and Saskatoon Pie. Really fun names from both of these dyers. So this one here is not superwash. It says untreated soft sock. 3-ply, 80/20, 420 yards, 384 meters. Okay, so the same. Untreated merino and nylon. So super soft. This one feels really nice, even though it is a non-superwash wool. It still feels super, super soft. Oh, Carol says I love Saskatoon berries. Well, then this skein might be just for you, Carol. I know exactly where you can go right up and grab one. Oh, anyway, so these both, I was like, at first, I was thinking I was just going to buy one skein. And I was like, oh, which one? I was debating. And then in the end, I'm like, well, why am I wasting time debating? They're both pretty. They both need to come home with me. So they did. And then I thought, I will let you guys decide on which one I'm going to cast on first. So we had 100 votes today in all of the places, and it was fairly close. So I counted up all the votes just a few minutes ago. Instagram stories was tied 50-50. And then I counted up all the others, YouTube, Instagram, Patreon, and the winner came out with 54% of the votes. So pretty even, because I mean, really, how can you go wrong with either of these? They're so, so, so pretty. So the one with 54% of the votes, the one that I'm going to cast on and knit on this week is, insert a drum roll. Oh, Liz says, good thing I voted twice. You can vote. You can vote in all the places. So if you really want something to win, like our Bloom yarn did this week, this is the one. And just a few extra people voted for this one. And it is so pretty, isn't it? I'm going to try to keep track of my ball band this time. All of my ball bands seem to have disappeared. I don't know where they go. But let's look at this a little closer. Oh my gosh, you guys. I wish you could like really see it in person, but the color looks very, very, very true on screen here. Isn't this just gorgeous? I think you picked well. Oh, Liz says, oh, shucks, it didn't work. You voted the other way. I know. This one here is really pretty too. Anyways, now that I'm seeing this all out, it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Almost like a sunset. Oh, I'm like picturing on a beach at sunset. This could be colors in the sky, right? It does look like flower blooms though too, doesn't it? Hi, Mary. That pink and orange yarn looks like it has a larger yardage. I know it does, but it's really the same as this one. It must just be how they're wound. This one feels squishier than this one does. I don't know, but they're about the same yardage. But yeah, this one here definitely feels plumper and squishier. Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. There, we'll just wear it for a little while. I know, isn't it lovely? Make a nice shawl too, wouldn't it? Anyways, yay, guys. Excellent, excellent, excellent voting. Now, there really was no, when you guys were voting, there was no really like everybody said, they were both pretty, right? Like, it's really hard to say, but Nikki, I think Nikki was thinking about the Fiber Friends May challenge is garden theme, and this yarn is called Bloom. So this would tie into the Fiber Friends May challenge, which I hadn't even thought of about that, but it definitely would. So this can kind of do dual dual duty here. Oh, this is really soft, you guys. I like this. If I was just going on feel alone, I would be going back and getting more of her yarn like tomorrow. Okay, so what else did I work on? I worked on a few things. Um, let's see. This one here, I noticed I am partway across a row, which is probably not the best way to leave your knitting, but I did. So this is the Murphy shawl. This is the color block shawl that I have not got to the color block portion yet, but I am on ball 2. I joined it. So you know what? I did join it. I actually joined it twice. I joined it. I knit 2 rows, and the rows are getting like really long now. And then there was like a break in the yarn. It wasn't even tied, which maybe is better because knots are a pain, but I was gonna have to rejoin it again, and I just, like, joined and did 2 rows. So anyways, I tinked back those 2 rows, got rid of, you know, 2 lengths worth of yarn, 2 rows worth of yarn, and then rejoined and started again because I thought, "I don't want all those ends," and it was so close to where I had joined the first time that I just took it out and rejoined. So impeccable loops and threads came from Michaels. It's called True Gray. And last week when we were chatting, did we decide? I decided that this green up here, oh, this is where, see, I should be careful doing this. I'm gonna get hit in the head with a really big ball of yarn one day. I think I'm going to try this and see if I like it with the gray. I think I'm just gonna do that. There. I'm not gonna live dangerously tonight. I'm gonna set that big ball on the floor. So I think that's the color I'm going to get to, add in here once I have got a bit more of this done. But there's my stitch marker. So I did get a little bit more done. It's kind of hard to show you. Maybe I'll just try to knit on this and get across the row. Maybe while we're chatting. Oh, hey, Sherry, you love the gray and the green combo. I think I do too. I was really, for some reason, I was stuck on gray and black, thinking that it would be really neutral. I don't know. But I like the green, and I have the green, and I really need to knit some of this stuff up. And mostly because, okay, get my yarn, get it going the right way. Um, because I kinda wanna switch out not all, a lot of the yarn that I am knitting with or that I have in my stash. If I was buying all of the yarn again, I wouldn't buy most of it again. Um, so I Oh, what is this? Oh my gosh. Um, so I feel like I need to knit everything that I would not buy again. I wanna knit it, get it out of my stash, and then just replace it with things, um that I want in my stash. Maybe that's it. Okay, Sherry, what is this? Sock World Championship registration is starting on the 1st. What is that about? Did we talk about this last year? I have a feeling, did we or did we not? I am not sure. Okay, Sherry, you need to give us all the details. What is it? Yeah. Oh, hey, Sam. I see Sam in the comments. A gentler sock madness. Okay. Where do you go to sign up? So sign up starts May the 1st? Is it on Ravelry? Do I need to do this? Maybe I do need to do this. Maybe this is my redemption from this year's earlier Sock Madness that I did not qualify for. Yes and yes. It starts May 1st. Yes, I need to do it, and yes, it's on Ravelry. Is that yes to everything? Are you doing it, Sherry? Jen is still in Sock Madness, I'm guessing, because she is super fast. Oh, hey, Diane. Okay, I'm almost at the end of my row here, and then I can show you. Okay. Not an increase row. What on this shawl, one row you increase on both ends, the other row is just a plain knit row. Which oh, Jen, you're out. What round is it? And does that mean, are you gonna do the sock, what is it called? Sock World Championship? Or do you need a little break from crazy sock knittingness and do some other non-competition, non-stressful sock knitting? Or are you going to jump right in and do the sock, why can't I remember the Sock World Championship? I gotta remember that, Sock World Championship. Um, Sam, I don't have my phone. My phone is, um um charging. It's dead. Dead, dead, dead. I don't have my phone with me. I will check it once we're done chatting. Oh, so Jen, but so you went through round 3 and you were working on round 4? Well, that is pretty good because there's 7 rounds, so you got halfway. So that is pretty good. That is great. Oh my gosh. Okay, so nobody is saying, are they going, who is anybody want to check out the sock World Championship? Look at that. I said it without reading the comments. Sock World Championship. Is anybody gonna go check it out? Anybody tempted to sign up if it's a gentler Sock Madness? How is it easier, Sherry? Okay, now I'm like really I'm like all excited for this because okay, I'll show you this now that I've got my row finished. I am in a complete sock knitting mode, you guys. That is all I want to do is knit socks. So this could be right up my alley right now. Um, okay. Oh, okay. So this is how far. There's one to there. So it's supposed to go like tip to tip. So fingertip to fingertip. So there's that. Oh, okay. There's this. Oh, I'm getting there, you guys. To there. Oh, look at that. Which way do I? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay. I'm getting, so I am just going to keep working on this. I'm going to move up my stitch markers, find the right side. So what I've ended up doing is I ended up putting a stitch marker on each end of my work because there's the pink one, there's the purple one. Um, because I couldn't remember from the start of the row to the end of the row if I had increased or not. Can you believe it? Such craziness. So this was on this side. So I'm going to move this right up here to the end or close enough to the end and get ready to go so I can kind of mark this and show you guys how much I've worked on. Oh, Sam, you sent me a picture of what you cast on. Oh, okay. Well then I will go look at it. Oh, Jen knows more about it. And Jen says, I will be partaking in Super Sock World Championship you did last year. Okay, Jen, do you have some info that you might want to share? Mary, are you would is I know Mary had posted in the Fiber Fence Facebook group that her sock knitting for the April challenge was, let me see, I think you said boring. You found socks boring, and you were so glad that your socks were finished. And they were so cute because they were all stripy, and then they had the granny squares around the cuff. Super, super cute. I think it was totally worth all those rounds and rounds and rounds of plain knitting. because they were super cute. Okay, so this I'm just gonna keep working on and try to get the gray finished and then start on the green section. And like we looked at before with the Murphy shawl, you just knit two big triangles, and then you sew it partly together and cast off part, and then you have a color block shawl. One half is one color, one half is the other. So it's a really cute idea, and I think it'd be really wearable. And I want it to be nice and big. I want like a really big wrap, something that I can like pull around me, like when we're at the campfire on weekends, is what I'm wanting. So I'm just going to keep going with this one. And I have a feeling that this is gonna be one that I might just make over and over again, just play around with different color combinations. If you've got 2 balls, or if I'm thinking like probably like a ball and a half is what you're gonna need, about 150 grams. It would be a good stash busting project, you know. Okay, so I worked on my shawl, and I told you I worked on some socks, which this pair here, I don't think I actually worked on because it doesn't look any bigger. I had meant to work on this. But I didn't. This was gonna be a today project, but I don't think yeah, that didn't happen. Today was mostly a driving day, so not a good day for knitting yet. Okay, I'm like totally tangled around all my double points here. But anyways, what is this yarn? J-Wool, um, this color. Nice fall color, ribbing started. It's just one I'm just gonna keep working away on. I got a really cute hello, Daisy. I'll show you some of the like a really cute bag from the Itty Bitty Yarn Co. when I got my 2 skeins of sock yarn, and I got some extra goodies too because I couldn't resist. Anne from the Thoughtful Artisan has really got me hooked on these. A couple of knitting friends had given me some for gifts the last little while, and then when I'm at Anne's teaching, always see cute displays of needle stoppers. So I've been picking up ones when I've been at her shop, and these ones here, the orange and yellow daisy, came from the Itty Bitty Yarn Co. because I saw them and I couldn't resist. And then I also picked up these stitch markers. So kitty, and then the black flowers I thought were really, really cute. So it came home with me as well. So there's a few purchases. I can, because I have a fair number to show you, so we might as well spread them out a little bit. But as far as what I worked on, I worked on this mystery yarn, the No Ball Band yarn, and this is what I've been working on. So Magic Loop, try not to pull out my needle on this, would be helpful. So I've got my ribbing done and started the leg. Slow and steady. I'm actually enjoying Magic Loop on this sock a whole lot more than I usually do. Magic Loop is probably my last chosen way to knit in the round. I only do it if this is the only needle I have. I would rather knit on a 9-inch circular or DPNs, and then I go to a 9 or to a Magic Loop. But I I don't know. I'm actually really, really quite enjoying this. So I think I need to take that back, that it's my least preferred way, because I'm really actually loving it. So this yarn is like knitting up really nice, and I showed it last. Oh, I'm past the pink. When I showed my podcast last night, I had just like done like 10 stitches of the pink. So there's the pink. Back into the next stripe. So it's fun just to see. Look at that. Very pretty. Pretty, very pretty. Wish I knew what yarn it was, but I cannot remember for some reason. Um, this sock, my other sock. If only I knew. I did with it? Okay, we'll come across it probably. I did work a lot on my other sock. I think I had said something silly last Monday that, I could have it done. Well, yeah, that didn't happen, but I did get a lot done and I made my way. I'm like probably halfway to the toe. So if I find it here, I will show it to you. Okay, back to a little bit of yarn shopping. You guys know when I do go to the cottage that at the grocery store there, they have a little section of yarn, and I always feel like I need to support them. So I grabbed 2 balls of Patton's sock yarn, and it is colorway Northern Lights? Yes, Northern Lights. And then Cheryl was showing that Susie, I think it was Susie, had knit a pair of these socks for the April challenge. So at some point, I will have matching socks with Susie. Oh, Susie's here. Is Daisy hungry? Yeah, no, Daisy, I think, is just, I literally just got home about 20 minutes before we started chatting. So think she is just happy to see me, I think. So I know she gets loud she's getting more talkative as she gets older. Oh, Susie said you did shorties with one ball. Did you? What kind of heel did you use? I know we've had this conversation before about Croy and can you do shorties out of a 50-gram ball? I did, but I made them like, the ribbing really, really short and then, like, basically ribbing right into the heel, like, to just stretch the yarn, and they don't wear so I guess technically I did it, but they don't they don't fit very well because 'cause they're always sliding off because there's just not enough leg. So so is a garter with Dutch. Okay. Alright. Sam? Sam, I stopped at Spin Right today. I have some yarn I'll bring on Thursday. Oh, I know, Sherry, aren't those stitch markers cute? I know, I just love them. Love them. I started out I think my friend Marg gave me a pair of sunflowers probably at Christmas a couple of years ago, and I love them. And then I have just kind of picked up a couple here and there. And Anne at the Thoughtful Artisan, she has gifted me a couple of sets. And now I am just like totally hooked. Like I want them all. I want them all. They just truly make me smile. You pull your project out of your bag and you've got these really cute little needle stoppers on there. And it's just fun. It's like jewelry for your knitting, right? Okay, Susie, garter with the Dutch heel. Okay. That is, um, I want to do a garter stitch short row heel in one of these pairs that I'm working on. I am getting down to the heel on like 3 pairs of socks. So all of a sudden, I need to have like a Sunday or a weekend that is just like a heel knitting weekend and get all the heels turned and then get ready to do all the feet on everything else. Okay, Susie said I did 20 rounds of ribbing, 5 rounds of stockinette, and then into the heel, 58 rounds till the toe decreases. All right. Okay, Susie, okay, maybe I will do that. I will follow your sock recipe and see how I make it. Because my feet aren't all that big, so it should work. I know. I'll try it again. I'm up for trying it again. That yarn you are knitting socks with that you got at Spin Right. I'm not sure, Sam. I didn't get any sock yarn at Spin Right this trip. I'm probably not understanding what you're asking me. Anyways, this yarn did not come from Spin Right. Oh, you wear size 7. Okay, so my foot's maybe a little bit bigger than yours. All right, I'm willing to try it again. Okay, so this yarn from the grocery store. Every grocery store really should have a little bit of sock yarn, right? necessities. Okay, so that and then we ended up going into town on another a rainy, cool day, you guys, up where I was. Now, I don't know about some of you who are out west, like Susanna. I know it's cold, like where Jocelyn, Susanna are. Sherry, I'm not sure about where you and Jen are, but in Northern Ontario, there was still a little bit of snow this past weekend, kind of on the north side of buildings and some bushes where that sun it was cold. We were wearing winter coats and there was still little bits of snow every once in a while. I came home tonight and people were wearing shorts and t-shirts. Big change in the weather. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, we went to town one day because it was just really rainy and windy and nasty, and I swear the rain had a bit of snow in it. It was just yucky. So, oh, Sherry, you were at 19? Nice. Today was definitely the warmest day up there that over, like, the last few days that we were there. It was warming up. It felt nice up there. I was wearing a t-shirt, jeans and t-shirts up there, no shorts. But anyways, yeah, the crappy day. So we went into town to do a few errands, and this is where I picked up. Now, I did show this last night if you watched Cheryl and I, but I will show it to you again because pretty yarn is pretty yarn. I got another lovely canvas bag from the Itty Bitty Yarn Co., which was perfect to hold all of my Briggs and Little. So I went there and I wanted some wool to do some double knitting pot holders is what's kind of what I started with. So I wanted two colors. I wanted two colors. In the end, I came out with a bunch more. So Briggs and Little Heritage seemed to be, I think, all the yarn I bought this weekend at 3 stores has all been Canadian yarn, which is kind of nice. So Briggs and Little, they're in New Brunswick. And this has got 215 yards in it. They're suggesting a 5 millimeter needle. Anyways, 100% wool. It is rustic for sure, but like I don't find it does have a rustic feel to it, but I like it. I like it a lot. So anyways, I got some gold and then I got this nice bright blue because it was there. It was the one last one I picked up and I'm like, "Oh, I can't leave it behind. If I'm getting all the rest, I might as well get it too." It's peacock. There was a nice bright. I am like into all these bright colors. I don't know if it's because it's spring and winter is finally over. This one is just yellow. So nice, it is a bit of a neon yellow. I like it. And I got a burnt orange, and pink. Okay, what are we gonna guess? Is this called fuchsia? Magenta. Magenta. And I got a neutral. This is like an oatmeal. Oh, sheep's gray. I like that name. I really like this. I really like this one a lot. So this was what I wanted to be my main color, and then I was just I was kind of picking, did I want to do the brownie color with the pink, or did I want to do it with the yellow? Did I want to do yellow and pink and brown together? Then I'm like, well, maybe I need orange. And so that's how I ended up with all of them because, like, I don't know, how do you decide? And it was local yarn shop day, and I just thought, "I will just get them all, and then I'm just gonna plunk them all up here, and they will look really, really pretty." And that's that. So, anyway, I like them. They make me very happy. I really like them a lot. I love Bricks and Little, so I figured I needed some more brighter colors. I have a lot of the natural colors. I'm probably, if I look over here, yep, there's some Tuffy. Okay. Oh, yeah, I got a lot of it, but not these well, okay, well, no, okay, I'm lying. There is a magenta already up on my shelf. There is a bunch of gray, there's a dusty rose, there's a light gray, there's a chocolate brown, and there's like a medium blue. None of these bright colors. So there, I needed them to add to my stash. So now when I want to go to Briggs and Little, I can just go and I can have a good selection to pick from. Sherry says pretty much, Sherry. She says, "At this point, are you like me and just buying yarn for decor?" Kind of, maybe. But I just really want to revamp my stash. And I know I probably have a bigger stash than the average knitter, but I'm thinking I need to pass it on to some people. I need to either knit it up, do some charity projects, or just knit it up for gifts and just start gifting to like everybody I know. Maybe just do some blankets and get them finished and get them made up into something. And then I just yeah, really want to shift my stash. I have this really big um desire to spin and start working with a lot of hand spun yarn. So, yeah, we're going to see a little bit of shift in what I'm buying. There'll definitely be some more fiber. I'm going to a hand spinning seminar with 3 of my spinning friends the beginning of June, and oh my gosh, you guys, that is going to be so exciting. So exciting. So we'll talk more about that in the coming weeks, but it is going to be amazingly fun. I didn't find my other sock. That is odd. Oh, here it is. It's in the bottom of my bag. I didn't look far enough. I had this one ball of Patton's Classic Wool sitting on top of it. Um, hold on. It's like a never-ending bag of yarn that I have beside me, which is not a bad thing. Okay. Let me see if I can show you this without totally dropping everything else. So this is the sock that I'm showing you every week for a while now because I have been working on it every week for a while now. This is the Regia. I think Nancy looked up and it was Tomorrowland was the colorway. Not sure what that is in reference to. Is that a book, something in a book, a movie? I'm not sure. Anyways, it is super, super gorgeous yarn. Loving the colors. So I've got my heel flap, my decreases are done, and I've done this. This was my marker. This is where I was last week. So I was right about there. So right on that blue stripe. I was still working on gusset decreases when we chatted last week. So those are done. Now I'm just going round and round on the little 9-inch needle. Oh, Disneyland? Tomorrowland, like Peter Pan. Am I right? Anyways, so I'm just working on this, and you guys, I'm not going to worry about this, but apparently I was working on this either when it was too late at night and I was tired, or might have been, I don't know, visiting with my parents the last couple of nights. Somewhere along the line, I did forget to do decreases on this side. And you can't if you look really, really close, look, there's a decrease, and there probably should have been one in there, and there's not. But what's the worst? Like, I mean, is this the worst that's gonna happen when you're doing your decreases? You're gonna miss one? Nobody's ever gonna see that, so not gonna worry about it. And just carrying on. But I just thought, "Oh, I did notice it." So there you go. If that's the worst that's gonna happen, I can live with that. So these are gonna be done really, really, really soon. I've decided that I need to take a different thought on my knitting. No, I'm no longer going to think I'm going to knit things super fast and get them done because A, that never happens. But then I it always backfires. Every time I think I'm gonna get something done, I never do. So now my thought process is I'm just going to enjoy my knitting and stretch out projects for as long as possible. Get every minute of enjoyment from this yarn and not think at all about finishes. And maybe that reverse psychology will work in my favor. Or if not, I will truly get all of the enjoyment out of my yarn and it'll still be a win-win. All right, I'm gonna look. Sam, Louise, do you still have my dishcloth? Of course I have it. I will bring it back Thursday. Liz, I have sold or donated stash. I know I will not use. I know. And I mean, how many for like years and years and years I've been thinking about it and then I can never do it. But now I think the difference is then it was just like I was gonna have to get rid of it. And I had nothing to replace it with. So I was like, I can't get rid of it. But now I can because I'm like, now I know more what I want to do. I would rather just buy the fiber. I would rather I need to make room so I can buy more stuff is what I really need to do. I need to get rid of the stuff that I need to look at it and be, if I was gonna buy this today, would I buy it? If the answer is yes, I should keep it. If the answer is no, I should move it on to somebody who the answer would be yes. They would like to buy that today and let them knit with it. And then I need to buy more fiber and just so I can spin everything. I was so tempted to take my spinning wheel with me this past weekend, and if I'd had room for it, I would have. But, anyways, more about spinning later. Prioritize exactly. And there's probably somebody out there who would love it, and they may have the perfect project for some of this yarn that I have in my stash. So that is maybe and you guys, that's not even gonna be a weekend project. Like, I can't even do that in a weekend. So I'm thinking maybe if I work at that over the summer, maybe by fall, have some destashing done. Quite possibly. Susie, I know I need an e-spinner. Compact and fun. I know because right now I've got my beautiful traditional Ashford. I'm using my aunt's old wheel. I have a traditional Ashford of my own, but it needs a little TLC and it's not working at the moment. So when my aunt offered hers to me, she's like, "Well, here, just take mine." She's like, "I'm not using it." She's got another one. And so I've been using it and I have been taking her everywhere with me, put her in the back seat belt her in. But yeah, she's not really what you would call portable, but she is, but not easily. So yeah, there is a place for an e-spinner for sure. So I may look into that. The other three yes, all 3 of them. The other 3 ladies that are in our little spinning group, they all have e-spinners. I'm like, "Hmm, I can see the benefit of having that for sure." We'll see, we'll see. But I think that's it. So really, you guys, I worked on 3 socks this weekend, and yes, I have my pink ones. Oh, I didn't bring my pink ones up here to show you. They're ready for the heel. So yeah, it's gonna be a sock heel maybe part of the week. Cast on my new socks. So I'm gonna wind this and get those cast on, figure out the heels that I'm gonna do in all of them, and then I would just be able to get down to business and start knitting sock heels. Sam, oh, cannot I can no, Sam, that's not we'll have to figure out a date. The Big Ball Tent Sale is happening in a few weeks. Maybe that would be a good time to get some people together and do a drive up. What else? That maybe is it. So Fiber Friends, sock knitting month is coming to an end in the next couple of days, and then we're moving right into the garden theme for the month of May, which I am super excited about. I did a post in the Fiber Friends Facebook group, and I had a book that I had found at a used book sale, a library used book sale last summer, and I picked it up not really knowing what I was gonna do with it, but it was a book of blocks, flower blocks. Does that make sense? So the blocks that have flowers design on them, and I just grabbed it, put it on the shelf, and then when this garden theme came up, I was going through looking for a different book, and I came across this flower one. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, perfect timing." Pulled it out and thought, "Okay, I'm gonna actually get to use this book, use a pattern or 2 from it, and either do pot holders," which of course is what the stuff is going to be used for, or I might make a pillow. We'll see. Or I may skip the block and just use the flower motif and do some intarsia and make a hat. Haven't quite decided yet, but I'm loving the idea about anything garden themed or butterfly, like, I don't know, it's anything that's kind of related you'd find in a garden. It would be fun to do. So I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do as well. So that's going to start what day? Wednesday? This is the 28th, 30th. We only have 2 more days. So yeah, 2 more days and then the gardening starts, which is gonna be fun. So I might even open the Ravelry thread tonight. The last couple of months, I've been a little lax, and people have had to remind me. I think Jen reminded me about the sock one. So I'm gonna try to be on top of it this month and get it open. So if you guys are thinking, like, anything garden related, so they could be socks, it could be a dishcloth, it could be a pot holder, it could be a hat, it could be a shawl. I mean, it can literally be anything that has some flowers, some gardening, a watering can. It would be fun. So we did decide that the pattern name, if it was, the flower shawl or something, would be fine, or the yarn because it's called Bloom. But really, if you guys can get creative and do like something stranded or intarsia or lace that represents a flower, a leaf, a twig, whatever, that would be really, really fun to see. Anyways, we'll have to put a little thought, do a little searching on Ravelry. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so much fun. I can't believe our sock knitting month has almost come to an end. I always look forward to April and sock knitting month. And just here it is started and 2 days left. Crazy, crazy. But okay, did I see any comments in here? Am I correct in saying nobody else is going to look at what did Jen call it? The Super Sock World Championship? That is like almost a tongue twister. I'm gonna go take a look and see what I can find out about it right now. I'm excited. I'm thinking maybe this is what I need. A more relaxed sock madness may be right up my aisle. But if I'm competing against Jen, I'm already done for, but that's okay. It's all about the fun. So I'm gonna just go back here because I saw Jen say something about she was on a Canadian team. Mary says not for me. I know. Mary, you and oh, who am I thinking of? Liz, you've been knitting socks like crazy. Who am I thinking? There's somebody else who doesn't knit socks. That's okay. So, Mary, thank goodness. I think did you come up with the idea for the garden theme? So this will be right up your alley. You'll have to see what you can come up with. Oh, okay. So Liz says there's lots of patterns under garden. I know you can spend so much time searching on Ravelry, can't right? Oh, Susie says no to am I saying it right? Super Sock World Championships. Big name, big long names. Susie says not for her. Donna says not for you also. Well, it is kind of because it is like it Like, I'm thinking the time of year, right? May 1st, the weather's turning nice, everybody's anxious. Well, not everybody, I suppose. Not everybody gardens, but for those of us who do, you're, like, itching to get out into the garden and plant seeds and do all that. So that does cut into your knitting time a little bit. But on the other hand, summer is also the perfect time to do socks because they are such a great portable project that you can sit out on the patio or the deck or go to the beach with a pair of socks and not have to cart, you know, 6 balls of yarn for a sweater or a big blanket project, right? So, and really, is there a best time of year to knit socks? Probably not. You can probably do it all year long, right? Okay, I'm looking. Donna says not for her. Mary, there is a cute cowl doodle pattern for garden theme. Did I see cards? Where was I? Somewhere in my travels, they had those little doodle decks. Where was I? Maybe it was Knit Stitch had them. And there was there, I'm sure there was like a lot of different themed ones. I was like, was there one for different seasons? And yeah, there was a couple that I looked at and I was so tempted, but I did not come home with them. But garden theme one, that would be really, really fun. Crochet squares. Hello, Daisy. I hear you. Susie says not for me too many other challenges. Yes, like the crochet challenge. We can do it all, can't we? No, maybe that's good to know your limits, right? Don't need to get stressed out over something that is supposed to be fun. Just do it if you've got time for it, right? Diane said yes from Pacific Knit Co. Is that the doodle cards? Susie, you have 3 blackberry bushes. Can't wait to see how they do. Oh my gosh. That'll be what. See, I know you just start thinking about that, right? Like, are you just going to eat them fresh? Are you going to make jam? Oh, Diane says yes. Pacific Knit Co. is the doodle. So you could probably just go online and order them if that's something you're interested in. Sam says, read my last comment. Sam, just retype your comment, okay? The coffin. Yeah, absolutely. That's easy peasy. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Hello, Daisy. Yes, so everybody talking about crochet challenge. We are going to do our Zoom call Saturday. This Saturday, right? May 3rd at noon Eastern time. So I will send out links. We're doing it Saturday, they'll probably come out Friday. I'm always kind of torn between sending them out too soon and then it just kind of gets lost in your email, or between not sending them out soon enough. So if you don't check your email every day, but that's why I'm just trying to. I'll probably do a post in the Fiber Friends group too. But I think a lot of you that are join us on the crochet Zoom call um, either watch me or watch Cheryl and I or both. So I think most of you guys probably already know. And we did set the date and time when we were chatting last time. So I just don't want anybody to miss out that wants to join us. Oh, Diane's going to see us Saturday. Yay. I'm excited to see what you guys have been working on. I know last month, everybody, I think it was kind of a regroup month for a lot of us who had kind of got distracted by other projects. So it was a time to kind of get back on track. So we'll see. And but no pressure, right? If you guys didn't do one square, that's okay. Join us to get some motivation, see what everybody's been working on. I don't know if Carol's going to be able to join us, but I know I have been seeing hers in person and they are absolutely stunning, which then makes me want to do more and more of the keep going. Is there a podcast on Friday with Jocelyn? Good question. Possibly, yes. Oh, yes, there will be. It'll be our check-in. Yes, because it'll be the first Friday of the month. You are correct, Sam. There will be. Distracted is correct. I didn't do any squares this month. That's okay. We've got the whole year. So that's okay. If we've got some months that we do a little less, there'll be some that we will catch up on. It is all okay. Oh, Mary can't make it again, volunteering at a local nursing home. Well, that'll be fun to get out and visit with everybody. That's all right, Mary. We will catch up with you one of these times, Mary. We will see you. I'd love to see you and chat with you in person, but that'll happen one of these times. We've got the whole rest of the year. So, yeah, so like I started saying, yeah, don't feel like if you're like Susie and you haven't done anything, don't feel like you need to skip out or don't feel like you don't want to join and then have to say, "Oh, I haven't done even done one." That is okay. It is all about just getting together and visiting and we're just here to support everybody. So we would love to see you even if you don't have anything to show. Show us something from last month that you still is one of your favorites. That would be perfectly fine. Okay, everybody, where are we as far as time? If we oh my goodness, we are just about 9 o'clock. Crazy how quick an hour goes by. I have got yarn to wind. I'm going to update my whiteboard. I'm going to update Ravelry. And I'm going to go film a little video for Patreon for I'll do a little how-to video for the knitters over there. So that's kind of and then you're right. So Sam, I'm glad you brought up that Jocelyn and I are chatting on Friday. So I will get that planned into my week as far as what I'm going to be working on knit-wise. Work on socks. I am like really, really excited about socks, and I'm going to absolutely go check out this not sock madness, sock oh my gosh, Super Sock World Championship. Is that what you called it, Jen? I'm gonna go scroll back here and see if I can find Jen's comment. Can I find it? Daisy, I can hear you purring, sweetie. Okay, Jen says, I am on a Canadian team. If you would like to join us, let me know. I will direct you to where you need to go, Jen. I absolutely would love to. Oh, Daisy, what are you doing down here? Anyways, Jen, I'll send you a message. Yeah, I would love to find out some more about it. So that sounds so good. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for voting for this super pretty yarn. I cannot, oh my gosh, it is so soft. Oh, I can't wait to cast this on. Might even do toe up for a change. Anyways, thanks, guys. It has been a lovely Monday night chatting with you all. Thank you for voting. Thanks for joining and chatting with me. And we will see you Friday night with Jocelyn, Saturday with Cheryl, and then we'll be back here Monday to show you what I've been working on for this past week. Have a great week, everybody. Happy knitting, and we will see you next Monday.